Do you know that Kuntunkrunku was the first to lead the Akyem people to the present-day eastern region of Ghana? And did you know that the Adansi people were the first in the world to build mud houses and are believed to be the first people created by God? Additionally, the Akyem people hold the distinction of being the first tribe to kill an Asante king. Welcome to the African Storyteller channel. Today, we'll explore the fascinating history of the Adansi and Akyem states, from Kuntunkrunku's leadership to the Adansi people's pioneering architecture and the dramatic conflicts with the Asante kingdom. Join us as we uncover the rich cultural heritage and historical milestones that shaped these remarkable communities. Let's journey together through the past and uncover the roots of the Adansi and Akyem legacies. The people of Adansi began to move away many years ago after the Denkyira state defeated the Adansi kingdom. After their defeat, Adansi became part of the Denkyira kingdom and had to serve them. They left Adansi because they could no longer endure the harsh rule of Denkyira Hene, Werempe Ampem, Boa Amponsem I, Bosianti, and Entim Jakari. Later, when the Asante kingdom defeated Denkyira Hene, Entim Jakari, the Adansi state joined the Asante kingdom and became part of it. The capital of Adansi at that time was Fomena. According to legends, Akyem Mansa refers to the three traditional states of Akyem in the present eastern region of Ghana. These three states, Akyem Abwakwa, Akyem Kotoku, and Akyem Bosomi, were originally related. Their traditional headquarters are Cherbi, Oda, and Akyem Swedru, respectively. This information has been passed down through oral tradition. The Akyem people were among the first Akan groups to migrate from the Sahel region to the area that became the Bono state, Bono Manso. Bono state is where modern Akan people originated. Some Akan people who left Bono Manso later formed the Adansi kingdom in the mid-14th century. All three Akyem states trace their roots back to Adansi, now in the Ashanti region of Ghana. Like other Akan groups, they were likely part of the early Bono kingdom. The bosom traditions also support this. Legends say that the Akyem began leaving their original home in Adansi during the time of Entim Jakari of Denkyira, around the late 17th century. However, their migration, like that of other Akan groups now in southern Ghana, was not a sudden move. They left in small groups, and by the mid-18th century, the three Akyem groups had established strong kingdoms in their current territories. The first ruler of Akyem Abwakwa, who led his people from Adansi, was Nana Kuntunkrunku. Before him, there were about 4 other rulers in Adansi, but not much is remembered about them in Akyem traditions. The royal ancestors of Nana F.W. Akwasi Akufo, Omanheni of Akuapem, trace back to Adansi. His forefather, Ofori Kuma I, was the great-grandson of Kuntunkrunku and Adansi Yeboah. In 1660, they left Adansi Kokobiante near Adansi Akoro Chere and settled in Abrakaso. Around 1700, they founded Akyem Abwakwa with Cherbi as its capital. Kuntunkrunku and Adansi Yeboah were descendants of Aberewa Musu, who is believed by some Akan people to have descended from heaven by chains, Atsuaban, in a brass pan at Sebenso in Adansi, the place where they think the Akan people were created by God. The genealogy of Aberewa Musu, whose family became known as Asona in Adansi, is as follows. Aberewa Musu married Ajeman at Adansi Akorochere and had a child named Aberewa Wansanwa or Nyansanwa. Aberewa Wansanwa married Onipakani and had 4 children, Oberejum Panin, Oberejum Aso, Oberejum Kuma, and Asachiri. Oberejum Aso married Oben Adabo, the son of Asachiri, and had two children, Butuakani and Owia Kotobere. Butuakani married Tarkwa Nyarko Kusiamoa Ekunahene and had a child named Kuntunkrunku, also known as Donko Siamoa. Wia, who married Apianin Kwaframoa, Bretuhine of Adansi, had 5 children, Ajakoma Oduro Yeboa, known as Adansi Yeboa, Owiredu Ajareago, nicknamed Katachie, and Ajakoma. This family moved to Donkoro Nkwanta in the Nkoransa district. Adansi Yeboah married Akwasi Jache of Adansi Jamiti and had 4 children, Anim Kwatia, Sabea Panyin, Nana Asare Bediako Berempon, and Bempoma Amponsa. When the migration happened in 1660 from Adansi to Akyem, Adansi Yeboah stayed behind with her husband at Adansi Jamiti. Ajareago Katachi joined the migration with her uncle Kuntunkrunku to Akyem Abuakwa. There, she grew up and married Yobohini Amoako. They had several children at Akyem Abuakwa: Ajekum Aduwari, Boache Panin, Boache Kuma, Boache Mensa, Ajoa Ayewa, and Ajoa Ajankorama. Korama married her father's nephew, Owusu Dawuru, and they had children named Ofori Panin, Adu Jamfi, Ofori Kuma, and their sister Tachiwa, also known as Aduampon Krasi. Ajoa Jankorama married Amanin of Banso, the then capital of Akyem Abuakwa, and they had children named Atruko and Aso, among others. This woman and her children were sent with her uncle Safori, also known as Ofori Kai Kuma, Ofori Kuma I, to fight against the Akwamus on behalf of the Akuapem people. As a result, Safori, Ofori Kuma I, became the king of the Akuapems, and the village of Amamprobi, owned by Ochiami Aworoben of Mamfe, became the capital. Kuntunkrunku established the nucleus of the new Abuakwa state and was succeeded by Ofori Panin. It was Ofori Panin's kinsman, Ofori Kuma, who led a group of the Abuakwa people to the hills, where they founded the Akuapem kingdom. Upon arriving, they met the indigenous people belonging to the Gan group, who still speak their original language, Chiripon. These people include the residents of Larte, Abiriu, Adukrom, Aperade, and several other villages. During their migration from Adansi, in present-day Asante, the Akyem Kotoku first settled near present-day Ejutho, about 20 kilometers east of Kumasi. Their next stop was in present-day Asante Akyem, where their main town was Old Kotoku. Eventually they settled in their current territory, with New Kotoku as their capital. Over time, Oda replaced New Kotoku as the capital. Unlike the Akyem Kotoku, the Akyem Bosumi migrated from Adansi directly to their current territory without any stops. This makes sense because their land is closest to Adansi, their original home. After settling in their new homes, the 3 Akyem groups, Akyem Abuakwa, Akyem Kotoku, and Akyem Bosumi, maintained control over their territories. They had a 2-part strategy, defending their lands against powerful neighbors like the Asante and the Akwamu, and expanding their territories through wars. To achieve this, they formed alliances with the Denchira, traditional enemies of the Asante, and the Ga-Adangbe, who also needed allies against the Akwamu. In one of their defensive wars, the Akyem killed Nana Ose Kofi Tutu, the first of the Asante, in 1717 when he was crossing the Pra River to punish the Akyem for supporting the Denchira in several wars against the Asante. In the first half of the 16th century, the area now known as Ghana was dominated by 3 powerful states: Denchira, Adansi, and Akwamu. According to oral tradition, the Akyem were part of the powerful Adansi kingdom. Within Adansi, there were 3 military posts in the western portion: Akyem Abuakwa, Akyem Kotokku, and Akyem Bosami. The eastern part of Adansi lost much of its identity due to conflicts with neighboring Denchira states and was absorbed into the Denchira Empire. However, the Akyem states in the west were too strong to be controlled by Denchira, leading to their emergence as powerful entities in the later part of the 16th century. By the second half of the 16th century, the area that would become the Gold Coast and later Ghana was dominated by three powerful states: Akyem, Denchira, and Akwamu. Oral tradition says that the Adansi state was founded by a chief named Nana Opon Enim Checheku. Located between the Oda and Fum branches of the Pra River, the Adansi state is considered the homeland of the Akan and Adansi people, as well as many subgroups of the Asante and Akyem. The name Adansi means beginning of change or house building, reflecting its importance. The Adansi state was situated on a busy north-south gold trading route. In its early years, the town of Adansi Manso served as the first capital, located near present-day Mencia. The Adansi people lived in the surrounding hills of Kusa and Brofoyedru. Legends say that Awurade Basa ruled the entire Adansi state with the mystical Afena Kwa sword, a symbol of authority. Over time, the Denchira army, led by Oboakropa, defeated Awurade Basa, and Adansi Manso was completely destroyed. The ruins can be found between Old Adubius and Mencia, on the bank of the Adomwi stream. When Adansi Manso was destroyed by the Denchira state, the capital of the Adansi kingdom briefly moved to Adansi Dompoasi, and finally to Adansi Fomena. After the Adansi state's defeat, the dominance of Akrokeri over the local chiefs ended, and Adansi became fragmented into autonomous mini-states, each operating independently, akin to crabs living in their own holes. Before the 16th century, the Adansi state was composed of several independent city-states, including Fomena, Ayaase, Edubiase, Akrokeri, Dompoasi, forming a loose confederation. Adansi became autonomous mini-states were like little crabs, each controlling its own hole. The founding fathers of Dompoasi left Adansi Manso and were led by Nana Nduruwaka, the brother of Awurade Basa. They first settled at Kortorbonmu, a few kilometers east of Adansi Manso, near the hills. Another tradition states that they were led by Atirakoram and his two sisters, Asififo and Chwiwa Ampaku, whose daughter became the first queen mother at Kotobonmu, near Sebenso and Adansi Manso, and married the Asachiri clan chief in the neighboring town called Kusa. When the Adansi refugees returned from Akyem and sought to become subjects of the Asante Hene, the Dompoasi Hene was introduced to the king through the Kumasi Adonten Hene. The Dompoasi people resettled at Kotobonmu for a few years before moving to found Dompoasi under a Domponini tree, thus deriving the name Dompoasi. The Adansi tribe, smaller than other tribes in the Asante kingdom, has its capital at Fomena, and the king is called the Adansi Hene. The Adansi state includes 7 paramouncies: Fomena, New Adubiasi, Ayaase, Akrokeri, Akrofuom, Bojwesango, and Dompoase. The Adansi people lived in the forests south of Kumasi, the capital of the Asante kingdom, in an area located between Kumasi and Cape Coast. Historians like Reindorf note that the Adansi state was the first seat of the Akan nation. Adansi legends claim that it is the place where God first began creating the world, and they have an adage stating, when God started the creation of the earth, he first created Adansi Akorochere. The origin of the name Adansi is uncertain, but various theories exist. According to an oral tradition recorded by Wilkes, the people of Adansi were the first to build houses. When the world was created, people slept under the buttress roots of large trees and in flimsy shacks made of twigs and animal skins. In an interview with Adansi Hene Nana Kwantri Barima II and elders at Fomena in July 1969, he stated that the Adansi people built the first mud houses and became known as Adansifo. The etymology Adan Ace means under buildings, though Dixon considers this literal interpretation improbable, noting that wattle and daub houses existed in Ghana long before the 16th century. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the captivating history of the Adansi and Akyem states. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the African Storyteller channel for more fascinating stories from Africa's rich historical tapestry. Share where you're watching from in the comments below and stay tuned for our next episode. See you soon.